Hi friends, welcome or welcome back. I'm MC and today we're going to do a Q&A. I had asked if anyone was interested in a Q&A because we hit 100 subscribers. Actually, we're now at 110 the last time I looked, so thank you very, very much. A couple people had been interested in a Q&A, so that's what we're here to do today. I had asked if people had questions in multiple places. I posted on YouTube about it, but no one submitted any questions there, which is fine. I kind of wasn't really expecting that. And then I did a question box on Instagram, and I did one of those anonymous question boxes on Instagram. So we're going to go through them today, and I was going to... The initial plan was to crank some hats on my knitting machine while I answered these questions, but I did a little test and it was quite noisy and distracting, so I figured it's been a while since I worked with my drop spindle, and I thought I would have some fun and do that with you. So this is my Shocked drop spindle. This is a high-low spindle, meaning that I can use it as a top whirl or a bottom whirl. I prefer to use it as a top whirl. And I am spinning some Malabrigo Cloud. Whoa, that almost got sucked in. I'm spinning some Malabrigo Cloud, and I'm about halfway through this spin, and I can't wait to get it finished and get things plied up and see how it all looks together. I'm hoping that my hands moving don't cause an issue with the camera. They might not be completely in focus. Sorry, I'm looking in my viewfinder right now to see how things look. I think we're good. I think we're good. All right. So I am going to start first with the anonymous question box, and I'll work my way through those just so that everything is all in order and I can make sure that I don't miss anything. So the first question is, hey, you should reply to me, LOL. Does this count? I don't know who sent that, so I don't know if I missed a message that you sent me, but I doubt that this person is being very serious and they're just being silly, but just in case, if there is ever a time that you have sent me a message and you think I have missed it or maybe read it and forgotten to answer it, don't worry about sending me a little nudge. The only people that I purposefully ignore are the creepy guys that send weird, gross messages. So if you're not one of those and you think that maybe I have unintentionally not answered you, please feel free to reach out. I did not do it on purpose. All right, our next question is personality or looks more important? 100 and a bajillion% personality. A bad personality is such a turnoff and such a just gross, obnoxious thing. Just be nice to people. Be kind. Be goofy sometimes. Be funny. That's all I need. Looks don't hurt, but personality 100%. The next question is, what friend you think supports you the most? And honestly, I can't answer that. I was thinking about this question. I took a look at what was in so far last night, and I had been thinking about this question because honestly, I can't name anyone. I can't name friends who don't support me. So this is a really hard one to answer. I mean, if push comes to shove, obviously my husband is my best friend and my ultimate supporter. So there's that answer. But I mean, my best friend has been my friend since we were 5 years old. She will support me through thick and thin, through anything. I have several close friends at work. Okay, confession. I already recorded this, but for some reason my audio wasn't recording, and at the exact same part, I dropped my drop spindle. I guess I just get all flustered talking about the people that support me. I just love them all so very much. Yeah, I don't know. I have several close work friends, I think is what I was saying. I have made several friends, or at least I think we are at the point where I can call you friends through this wonderful Yarny community. So, I mean, I couldn't tell you a friend that doesn't support me, honestly, more than I support myself even. So, yeah. Sorry, I know that's probably not the juicy answer that people were looking for, but that's what I got. The next question is, what song do I listen to the most? This is a really tough one because I actually don't listen to music that often. A fun fact about me that some might know, but many probably don't, is that I was a dancer my whole life, you know, the usual little girl in ballet and tap and jazz and modern dance and all that kind of stuff. But then, as an adult, I competed professionally and I taught ballroom dance for 8 years. And to be honest, listening to music nonstop all day, every day, and having to count out the beats for people and constantly be thinking about choreography and stuff like that made me really value silence. So I actually rarely listen to music. I'm starting to get a little bit back into it. But yeah, I mostly actually now, if I'm going to listen to anything, it's an audiobook, which is really funny because I now work with books all day long. So I don't know. That seems counterintuitive, but that is the truth. I would say if I had to pick music to talk about, I mostly would listen to like 90s, Y2K, 2000s-ish type music, or the Beatles. So if you really want to know the actual song that like Spotify would say I've played the most ever, it's probably Eleanor Rigby, because that is my favorite Beatles song. And the last question that we have from the anonymous question box says, I love you. And I love you too. So, yeah. Okay. Oh shoot, I have to run downstairs to get the next answer for my question. Okay, now we're moving into the Instagram questions. And the first question is, how is your neon sweatshirt coming along? How do you like working with boucle yarn? And the answer to that is, it is coming along lovely. This question, I believe, is referring to my second Ave sweatshirt test for Brie of the Little Wolf Knits. And it's coming along great. Where am I? There we go. Okay, I had it backwards. And inside out. Oh boy. Okay. Here we go. That doesn't seem... Okay, there we go. I haven't picked this up in a few days, but it is going lovely. I have the back panel done, so this will go like this. I have the back panel done, and I've just picked up and done like 6 rows for the front left shoulder so far. It's going great. I love it. I do enjoy working with the boucle. By the way, this is Brie's colorway Barbie Girl. And boucle is interesting and tricky in its own right. I don't know if you can tell, but it's basically, this is 100% superwash merino yarn, and it has a core of merino wool, but then it has like floofy bits spun around the core. I do not know the technical term for the floofy bits, but it makes a boucle yarn. And I have found that sometimes I have to pay the teensiest bit more attention to when I'm knitting, because sometimes I will get my needle kind of caught in those little bits that stick out. But other than that, I do love working with it. A big tip that I have is to use stitch markers to count your rows and just make sure that you are marking things wherever you might need to use more stitch markers than you might normally, because it's really, really hard. Oh, here, I'll show you. It's really, really hard to count your stitches and your rows when you are working with this floofy boucle, but it's great. I love it. I had to put it down for a few days while I wrapped up a different test, but now this is really my main focus for this week and for while family is here and we're all just chilling and enjoying some time off for Thanksgiving. Okay, next question, we're going to get into a little bit of the juicy stuff. The question is, what is a knitting trend you like and what's one you don't like? So a knitting trend that I like, oh boy, sorry, that was a horrible job of drafting that I just did. A knitting trend that I like, I would say garter. That's probably my favorite knitting trend. I love that people are embracing garter, that garter's making a comeback. It's always been my favorite thing. Unless I have to do it in the round and purl. But other than that, garter is amazing. It's squishy and lovely, and the only downside is that it uses a lot of yarn. But yeah, it's my favorite. I love it, and I'm really glad that the world is embracing garter. A knitting trend that I don't like. Okay, I was thinking about this one a lot yesterday because I don't want to sound offensive, but a knitting trend that I don't like is really any of the patterns that are really trendy. So I think I know it sounds silly, but like I've legitimately always had like an innate aversion to things that are popular. You know, like back in the day when I'm a millennial, so like everyone's obsessed with, oops, I keep getting distracted talking and like not noticing that my spindle is not spinning anymore. Maybe I should park and draft while I'm doing this. It's probably smarter. So back in the day, like, you know, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, all that kind of stuff, I was like, I mean, I guess Justin Timberlake is like fine to look at, but Lance Bass is my favorite. Or even Chris Kirkpatrick. Yeah, that happened. So I never like popular things. I don't know if it's just me like wanting to go against the crowd or me wanting to like root for the underdog, and I don't know how to phrase this in a way that doesn't sound mean, because I'm not trying to be mean, but like the Sophie scarf that everyone is making, has made, whatever. Like we all know Petite Knit didn't invent garter stitch, right? You know? Or like small scarves. The Musselburgh hat. Ugh. I was just talking to some people about this the other day. It's a great pattern. Again, none of this is meant to sound mean or against anyone, but like, I don't know. I've made one and that's all I need. I don't think I will make one for myself or anyone else ever again. It's a good pattern, and if you want to make 50 of them, go for it. It's just not my thing to be, I'm getting all flustered. It's just not my thing to like follow the crowd like that. The Rhinebeck sweater. Oh, don't come at me. They're beautiful. They are beautiful, and Andrea Mowry is the most talented designer and just a wonderful human, and there is nothing against the fact that Rhinebeck sweaters exist. I just don't think I will ever make one because I could not care less about, oops, sorry, time to get my laundry. I could not care less about matching other people and like the whole group making the same thing. So yeah, that is a knitting trend that I love and that I don't love. Again, I don't want this to come across as me not liking certain designers or patterns. Like, they're great. They are good patterns. They are good designers. They are, I mean, I don't know them personally, but probably good people. I just personally never get into that kind of stuff that like everyone is into in like all aspects of my life, honestly. The next question is, what is something, a craft or skill, fiber related, that you want to learn or get better at? I mean, I'm doing it. So much. So much. I honestly, I've been talking to a couple people about this lately. I have always been so artsy. Not necessarily good at stuff, but just like, I wasn't a kid that ran around outside and played in the dirt. I was a kid that played in paint, that played with paper crafts, that was drawing, that was doodling. I have always been the person that wanted to be making, always. So, I mean, literally everything. My answer to this question is everything. I feel rather proficient with knitting and crochet, but I know that there's a lot left for me to learn. So that, I've just started spinning, so I want to get so much better at that. I can't wait to learn more about it. I would love to do more embroidery. I've done a little bit here and there, but definitely not something I am proficient at. So I would love to do that. I dabbled very, very briefly as a child in needle felting, and I have a kit that I would love to make one day, so there's that. I have a very, very small loom. I don't remember much about weaving, but I want to say it's a rigid heddle loom. Is that the right term? So there's that. And does sewing count as fiber? I mean, it's textiles, not fiber, but I took sewing lessons as a child for many years, and it was something that I was getting to be rather proficient at, and I lost all of that knowledge. So I'd really like to get back into that and learn a lot more about that once again. So is there a fiber craft that I left out? Because I probably want, oh, punch needle. I want to do some punch needle sometime soon. That seems really fun. Is there anything left in the fiber world? I don't even know. Okay, so I will say, if I have to pick one that I currently don't do and I really want to learn how to do, I think right now my answer to that question is weaving. It's something that has been on my mind a lot lately, especially with my spinning and other fiber stuff I'm doing. I feel like weaving is a great way to use kind of like weird and wild fibers and yarns and stuff like that. So weaving. Let's go with weaving. My last question is, how cool are your friends on Marco Polo? And if you don't know what Marco Polo is, this is a story time. It is an app for video messaging with your friends, and there are several people in the fiber community that use it to keep in touch with each other, but I had no idea what it was, and I would primarily hear Chelsea of Knitting Tipsy and Brie of The Little Wolf Knits mention it a lot, but I was like, this must be something cool, and I'm too like old or uncool to know what it is. So I went to the young people at work and I asked them, do you know what poloing is? because they would always say, you know, Chelsea would be like, oh, I was poloing with Brie the other day. And I didn't know what that was. So I went to the Gen Zers that I work with, and I said, do you know what poloing is? Like, you know, I was poloing with Brie, that kind of context. And they were all like, is it something dirty? I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what it is. And if you Google poloing, you don't get the answer of the app Marco Polo, because poloing is slang for conversing using that app. So I finally broke down and asked in Brie's Wolfpack, I asked what it was, and they taught me that it is a video messaging app. And the other day on a Whip and Sip evening for Chelsea's Ko-fi membership, we all got to talking about it, and a few of us downloaded it, and I have been talking to a whole bunch of people the past few days, and it has been a lot of fun, and I'm finding that I think we're, like, I don't know, developing friendships, getting to know each other better. It's been a lot of fun. So I've been primarily talking to Mac. I will put everyone's Instagram here and link it down below if you want to go give them a follow, because they're wonderful and you should. So I've been talking to primarily Mac, and then I have a group chat with Steph and Jean, and I feel like it is Steph or Jean, probably Steph, that asked how cool are your friends on Marco Polo. So I'm going to send them a little polo right now and tell them that they are super cool. Hi, I'm filming my Q&A, and I just wanted to let you know that my friends on Marco Polo are so very cool. Okay, thank you for doing that with me. That was silly and fun. So yeah, that is it. I didn't get a ton of questions, and that's okay. I wasn't expecting to, but the fact that anyone wanted a Q&A from me was a lot of fun. And I will say once again, thank you so much for 100 and now plus subscribers. It has been so much fun going on this journey with all of you and developing this channel, and I can't wait to see what is to come as we add more and more followers. So thank you so much for your support, and until next time, take care of you, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.